Reynolds is the author of the new book, Supreme Actresses, Iconic Black Women Who Revolutionized Hollywood. Through stunning photographs and personal interviews, he takes a deeper look at their groundbreaking careers and how they paved the way for each other. He's in Chicago for a tea and book signing event this weekend, and Marcellus is joining us live on set this morning. So glad to have you with us and back home.
Back home, the city that made me, Chicago.
So tell us about this book. Who are some of the actresses that are featured?
Well, of course, we have Viola Davis, the queen, on the
Stunning.
cover. We also have Lupita Nyong'o on another cover, on the back cover. We have Gabrielle Union. She wrote the foreword. There's interviews from Gabrielle Union, Lupita Nyong'o, Lynn Whitfield, Tiffany Haddish, Sanaa Lathan. It just goes on and on.
So what are some of the common themes from these actresses' stories in terms of the obstacles they face, not only in having access to quality roles, but also in getting recognition for their work?
I think it's about tenacity. I think it's about this idea of like success not being a destination and you're there. It's about keeping going. It's about, you know, the career, the build. It's about taking the right roles, but it's also about opening the door to other women. It's about sisterhood. That's what was so amazing about these interviews. They all sort of talked about this idea that I'm not just doing it for myself. I'm doing it for the people that stand beside me, and I'm doing it for the women that come after me.
Who are some of the actresses that paved the way for the women who grace our screens now?
Of course, we've got Josephine Baker, beautiful. Of course, we've got Dorothy Dandridge, which is one of my favorite sections in the book. Her story, I think, is one of the most compelling Hollywood stories ever. To get so high, to be the first black woman nominated for Best Actress Oscar, and then to die at like 42, almost penniless. That's like crazy. It's almost like a morality tale, you know, how high she flew. She almost touched the sun, and then bang, she's back down to the ground. Of course, there's Lena Horne. Of course, there's Maxine Waters. And then we get into the more contemporary actresses who are doing it now, like Viola and Angela Bassett, who I think are holding the door open for the next generation of young women.
So what are these amazing women, amazing performers saying about the state of things right now? Because it seems at least that there is an increased conversation about the issues that Black women face in Hollywood. Are things really changing, though?
Well, we're in an interesting time where now they're really vocalizing their concerns. They're really talking about it. There's really a dialogue about diversity and inclusion in Hollywood. There's really a dialogue about the quality of roles that women of color are getting. And then you've got trailblazers who are like Gabrielle Union, who wrote my foreword, and that's exactly what she talks about in the foreword. Is there more work? Yes, because of streaming services, because of all the other ways there are to make movies, to make content. But are we getting those good roles? Are we getting the same money as white actresses? No. So there's still a place to go. So
what do you want your readers to walk away with from this book?
What I really want them to walk away with is that you can't have a testimony without a test. You know, there's this idea right now in like popular culture that bang, you're famous, bang, you're rich, and that's just the end. But it's more than that. It's about what you're sending out to the universe. It's about the lessons that you're teaching the children and everyone else.
Marcellus Reynolds, thank you so much for joining us this morning with this stunning book. He's got a book signing event today at Brondie. Did I say that correctly?
Yes, you did.
The address is there on your screen. It goes from 2 until 5 p.m. and you can also find more on Instagram. Marcellus Reynolds. You know, we have a Marcella Raymond.
Do you?
We have a Marcella Raymond, and now we've got a Marcellus Reynolds. Thank you so much for joining us.